Hello Twin Flames, and welcome back to God Conscious Twin Flames 1111. My name is Pamela, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. I've been away for a week or so, and it's been a very crazy, busy, amazing week. I hope you are all doing well. I put over and shuffled the decks, and I'll probably shuffle them again. I want to start, as I usually do, with the Jesus Calling by Sarah Young. I am the light of the world. Men crawl through their lives cursing the darkness, but all the while I am shining brightly. I desire each of my followers to be a light bearer. The Holy Spirit who lives in you can shine from your face, making me visible to people around you. Ask my Spirit to live through you as you wend your way through this day. Hold my hand in joyful trust, for I never leave your side. The light of my presence is shining upon you. Brighten up the world by reflecting who I am. So, you are the light of the world, beloveds. Don't crawl through their life in darkness, cursing it, because there's light. There's always light. There's always light. So I'm going to read to you from Exodus, and when God had commanded Moses to go in to free the Israelites. And God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, thus you shall say to the children of Israel, I am has sent me to you. That's a very powerful statement in the I ams, because Christ lives in you. God lives in you. The Holy Spirit lives in you. And we so often forget that. And I think partially because that's not reinforced in our daily activities. But by way of these readings, it is my hope that it will reinforce that for you guys and keep you in the light. And the second verse is from the New Testament, 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 18. But we all, with unveiled face, beholding, as in a mirror, the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image, from glory to glory, just as by the Spirit of the Lord. So the truths that are in the Bible are the truths that have helped me get clear on this twin flame journey, and has helped me realize that it's not about union with the twin as it is union with the divine. And the twins tend to get lost in the darkness, and they forget who they are. And by prayer and supplication, we can pray that they find their way out, but we can't make it happen. And if it doesn't happen, it's really okay, because you will be brought to where you need to be brought to by trusting in God and His favor in your life and the mercy that He has for you, and that being in union with the divine and relationship with the divine will heal your heart, will heal your mind, and will heal your soul. So, union with the divine should be the first and foremost thought on your mind, as it is on mine. I am really excited to be on this journey, because it has taken me to Florida. It has taken me to some amazing people. It has taken me to my calling, essentially. And really, if you're in your calling and you're bringing people to the light, what more is there available to you? Yes, we are creatures who want relationships, and yes, we want it with the soul partner. But the divine is a soul partner as well. And all our needs are met, and we are whole. And I'm here to remind you that you are whole. So, I'm going to do the reading for today. And actually, this is for the week, beginning today, July 23rd, going into, let's take a look at the calendar, Monday, July 30th. So this is kind of the end of the week, the end of the month of July. I can't believe it's gone by so fast, and I apologize for my absence. I did a psychic fair on Saturday, which was absolutely amazing. Met James Van Praagh. I have some clients that are really just very, very much in front right now, that needed a lot of attention, that needed to be reminded of who they are in the kingdom, just as I get to remind you guys of who you are in the kingdom and whose you are. I am now part of a youth ministry, which has also taken up some time, and very active in the church, so please forgive me for my absence. God has me in a lot of places that I didn't anticipate when I started doing these readings. But I'm grateful to be here today and sharing with you all of the little miracles that have occurred in my life. So if you would like to book a private reading, I'm doing private readings. I will, my schedule will clear next week, so I encourage you to put yourself, to schedule your reading, and I'm a week out from booking, so I can't start until Monday the 30th. I'm listening to today's Sacral Chakra Healing meditation music by Meditative Minds, and it is to balance emotions. So here we begin. I'm using Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti. So the overall energy is we're guarding our hearts still, and we're moving cautiously towards what we want, and I think that's an amazing testament to people moving forward on the journey. Some people have come into union or in connection with their divine partner, and they're moving with this caution and with these swords in front of them. And I'm going to encourage you to put the swords down and let the divine protect you. And when we're following the intuition and believing in the intuition, we really can be ourselves. We don't have to protect ourselves. You can be who you are, you can be authentic, you can speak your truth and your feelings. That is shining your light. Whether the divine partner or anybody in your life receives it is not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to be authentic. So I encourage you to consider praying about these swords and putting them down. So we're going to go into the spread. Celebration, Magician, Heartbreak, and more swords. Okay, and then we have the King of Swords. So for this week, the last week in July, it seems that you guys are having a hard time in celebration. You might be, you have an opportunity to celebrate with friends and family and loved ones, and really be an appreciation of the things that you have available to you. You also have the ability to manifest in the Magician, and that which you desire, please keep it focused on the higher levels and the positive, and on that which you want, as opposed to that which you don't want, which is this energy. You don't want to be in protection. It's also telling me, they said bring this card up, there's a transformation occurring. The transformation is knowing that you are. I'm going to encourage that you do some I am meditations based on the reading that we had today. And we're going to let that reading carry us into the week. If I can do another daily reading this week, I'll be happy to. Probably tomorrow, because I'm going to be at camp with the kids this week, out of town. But please focus on, because you are a magician, and because you are the chosen and anointed of God, those that are listening to this, have the spiritual strength and fortitude to manifest. You can manifest ultimately this relationship, but just not on your time. And the fruits that you will see will not be in the relationship. It'll be in your work life. It'll be in your other relationships. It'll be people showing up on your path. It'll be peace. Peace in your soul and peace in your heart. This overwhelming feeling of love and gratitude. That's where the manifestations can occur. So there are internal manifestations which sometimes we don't see on the outward. We have the unexpected, and that's the broken heart, and maybe for some of you there is a karmic situation going on. Maybe you got into another relationship and the divine partner came back and you really don't know what to do. These are your thoughts that are affecting your heart. So this could very well be that maybe some of you are surrendering and giving up on this partnership, and focusing more on the divine. I see the headdress is basically saying stay in your intuitive mind and heal that broken heart. Whatever your divine partner is, your twin flame partner is doing, has nothing to do with you. They have to heal, and maybe they got into another relationship, and they're going to learn their lessons through that relationship. But this is saying this is in the unexpected. But being that we're being given the opportunity to be forewarned, it is not entirely unexpected. So whatever relationships that are causing this heartbreak, allow the divine to help you heal. Look for healing, look for forgiveness. Pray for healing, pray for forgiveness. Do meditations on healing and forgiveness. You can do the sacral healing, which will help balance the emotions and the thoughts. Yeah, we're going to get some clarifiers on that. And then we also have in your position the Five of Swords. So it's like victories. It's like, you're protecting yourself. Some of you may need to do this in order for this relationship to move forward. You need to be guarded. Maybe you've been too soft in the past for some of you. And you need to be guarded, and you need to keep your swords up, and you need to express your truth. And you need to be strong, and you need to set boundaries, and you need to say no. Because in the understanding that, they are clearing their karma doesn't mean that you have to go back right away. You need to let them get more clear on their mission. So for some of you, this is saying, be in celebratory mode. Be strong. So with all these swords around, this is telling me that you have that fully developed mind. This is the outcome. You have the fully developed mind. Don't let your emotions take control. Don't let what you see in the karmic behavior run your heart like it is here. Because your outcome is, if you let this heal, you will be fully balanced and developed. You will be able to really there will be some clarity for you. Because you know where you're going, you know what you want. You are decisive on your path. Don't let the lies of the karmic stories run or dictate what you're going to say or do or move toward. You have the choice to say no. You have the choice. Choose the divine. Choose the divine, because you can't very well heal the situation if you are allowing it to dictate your emotions. This could feel like a humiliating defeat. This might be where you're at. Maybe you feel like he inflicted or she inflicted a blow by way of this. But I would encourage you to just kind of feel it, deal with it, and move on. See where your healing needed to occur. Everybody's hearts need to heal. All the weeds that are protecting your heart have to go in order for this union to occur. And it begins with us. It begins with me. It begins with you. Maybe some of you went through another type of defeat that needed healing. So let's just take a look with some clarifiers. You know, this says that you're kind of feeling helpless, but you're really not, because ultimately you can manifest out of it. You have the magician, and the magician is the divine being of assistance to you. That's why the I Am meditations will be so powerful and important for you this week. Maybe some of you thought, because there were readings that said that we would come into union, and for some you might have had a short union. Maybe you had communications, but they weren't just ready yet. They have a lot to clear. So some of us have been on this journey longer and have been doing our own personal work, and are in a stronger position, and they seem to be trailing so far behind. They have to do the surrender. We can't do it for them. You can't do it for them. I can't do it for mine. I basically have made decisions at this stage that I am open to what the divine is bringing to me, and in that openness I've had some amazing gifts. And you are forever with your twin. You can always feel them, but you don't want to feel their energy when they're acting out. So your job is to kind of just send love and peace and harmony to them, and really you are always one. Keep your truth. Do not fall victim to and that's, I think, where this transformation this week is going to come in. Feel your truth. Go through the illuminations of the pain. Let that heart heal. Go to the death of the old self. If you have been, going back and based on what the words are, then you need to go only when the actions are present. You have people around you that want to celebrate with you. You probably have some accomplishments that have occurred, some things that you can celebrate. But your focus has been on this relationship, so you can't, don't be double-minded. Allow the good that's coming to you to stay with you. And that'll help you continue to manifest moving forward. And the divine will give you what you need. And if that means replacing with something better than this twin flame partner, and so it is. And that's okay. And that's okay. You do not have to be where you feel, in some of this, sometimes you feel used, or you feel abused, or you feel, that's what I'm getting at on this. But don't go into that mind. Go into the spiritual self and listen to that. Okay. Can we have some clarifiers on this reading, please? For the twin flames for the week. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So this is kind of walking away from that which doesn't serve you in the Eight of Cups. So right now this isn't fulfilling you. Focus on what does. Remember that there is stuff still that's standing, but you want to move towards your future. And if that means moving without your divine partner, then do that. Because you are the light, beloved. You are the light. What other messages do you have? Eight of Pentacles. Yep, you're moving out of stormy waters, out of the Six of Wands. You really worked hard on your journey, in your life, on your path, and that's what you have to celebrate at this point. That's what you get to celebrate at this point. And then you have the Four of Wands, where there is happiness. There is. Look at the beauty of the garland around you, and that's a twin flame card. There is fulfillment and happiness and harmony. So once you move out of these stormy waters, this is going into the future. This is the past. They just said, okay, just spell that out. So you've worked really hard, and I know that it feels like, oh, you know, I worked so hard, and what was the point of all this? And that's where this defeat comes in, and maybe he acted out, or he did things that were kind of against your moral and ethical values. You're trying to work through all that stuff. You are moving out of stormy waters, so focus on that. You are moving to a peaceful solution. And this is also, you know, the blue reminds me of your throat chakra. Just keep speaking your truth, whether it's received or not. Yeah, there's a lot of blue. So there's the blue. Almost, yeah, this is like all the head from the throat up, is what they're saying. And you're moving towards this. And maybe these swords are showing up because you did not speak your truth, because you were afraid to share your heart. Because they're not as focused on the divine. Yeah, you think they should know, but they don't. So, I want to also bring about the John Holland to see if they have any other advice for us. So, just for now, go through this week with taking a look at your thoughts, questioning your thoughts, because even though he or she is behaving in a way or rejecting you, has nothing to do with you. Got to be very clear on that. They have past trauma, past life trauma even, past trauma in this life that they do not know how to handle and deal with, and they have to go through this clearing the way you did. And they probably didn't devote the time that you did, or dedicate the time. Maybe they didn't know how, or maybe they didn't have people around them. But you, ultimately. Now, if it's with the twin flame, that's great. If it's not with the twin flame, it's great. Because the divine wants to protect you. The divine wants to give you all the desires of your heart. The divine wants you to be happy, joyous, and free. You deserve that. So I would love to know where you guys are at. I know I've been out of AWOL, absent without leave, guys, from the channel. But I would love for you to keep commenting and sharing and you know, letting us know where you're at in your union. You can feel free to email me at godconscioustwinflame1111. Go through this pain. Go through these thoughts. Realize that when you go through this, there's a death of an old self, that there's belief systems that are dying. Oh, he should have come, or maybe you've been watching videos and all the videos are pointing to union, but the actions of your twin flame are pointing towards separation. Don't look at what you see with your natural eyes. Go to the supernatural eyes like God does. Okay. Thank you, angels and guides. Work hard to, maybe you can continue to work hard on the spiritual journey, to take a look at where the divine is directing you in your healing process. This is an ultimate healing process, the twin flame journey. Okay. This is an ultimate healing process. So what do you have to say here? Base chakra. So that's the root chakra. So you want to do some meditations on your root chakra, on your base chakra, which is your grounding. Grounding yourself. It's a 1 card, so it's basically, you have 2 1s here. 11, if you want to see it that way. You have 11, 11 in the 4. So, in the 4 of Wands, with the 2 wands pointing downward. Do some healing on your base chakra. Do some healing on the root, so that you can be grounded in who you are and whose you are. God is trying to grasp you in His grips. Open up. Maybe you need to start to share some of what you're going with another, and you might need to be sharing some of this with your twin flame. Regardless of the outcome, don't be afraid to speak your truth. If you have it in your heart that you want to get married and you think that, oh, they're going to just push it away, you need to know the truth. You don't want to be in forever doubt. Share that. I'm only willing to do this if we get married. And some of you are moving on from this journey. I'm kind of moving on from this journey. I am looking at the divine and looking at how else I can be of service in the kingdom. And I'm really grateful that I've had these opportunities to be able to move on, to be able to leave the state of New York, and to be able to walk the beach with that kind of color water here in Destin. I love that. I love that. And that was a blessing upon blessings, because I'm in like where I feel like it's just like God and me all of the time. I feel very clear. I feel very open. So this is encouraging that for you. Open up. Don't be afraid to move on. Because as you move on and you move up, you elevate to where the divine needs you to go, to where the divine needs you. It helps you to spread your wings. So that's what I was told when I left New York. And though I've been in communication with my partner, he's not really even on the same galaxy as me at this point. And I've tried to communicate, but he just doesn't, the fear is keeping him from moving forward, and I just don't have time for fear. I've opened up, I've shared everything that it is in my heart's desire, and if it's not this, it's something better. It's been really a long journey for me to be able to stay out of relationships. My whole life, I look to relationships to heal me and to fulfill me, and I have learned that I have all that I need within me, and for that, I'm very grateful. And for that, I'm going to ask Kuan Yin. Yeah, Full showed up. So this is a beginning's journey. You get to move on and be whoever it is that you want to be. So Kuan Yin, I'm asking for divine guidance for the Twin Flame Collective for this week, because we're all beginning anew. We're letting go of the old. The old me would have been, would have moved back to New York, or would have, tried to reconcile. The old me would have never left New York for fear that this union wouldn't happen. I was very much focused on union, and that's not the case now. I'm very focused on the divine path. And the fruit that it has brought is just it's unbelievable. And I want to share with you that it was very scary, but God gave me the courage. I had faith and some finances and just left. Sometimes God's plan is better than mine. No, all the time His plan is better than mine. So beautiful, Kuan Yin. We're looking for blessings, guidance, and enlightenment from you on this twin flame journey. We thank you for your guidance, and we thank all the angels that have provided us guidance for this reading. Okay. The Yin Empress, and that's a 40. I think that's, 40. And 40 has always been a divine number for me as well. 40 days in the wilderness. It's a God number. Okay, so the Yin Empress. The Yin Empress brings peace, prosperity, and success to her beloved devotees. Your soul purpose includes healing and empowerment of the divine feminine, the Yin Empress herself. You gain power, assistance, and untold blessings in following your soul purpose. You are lifted and supported in your sacred work now. You are a spiritual leader and pioneer, and part of what you are here to do for the planet on a soul level, whether you are a man or a woman, is to empower the divine feminine, the cosmic empress of Yin, or divine feminine energy. so that we might live in more balance as a species on the earth. The Divine Feminine is only now making her resurgence on this planet, and many do not understand her. Your sacred task, for which you will be richly supported, nourished, and rewarded, is to help live her truths now. In doing so, you are planting seeds of awareness and experience for others to draw from when they too are ready to live into her sacred truths. This will explain why at times you feel you do not fit into current culture. You are not meant to, because you are meant to help it to grow and change. In the same way that beloved Kuan Yin had a rebellious and compassionate streak and did not fit into the world in the way that it was because she was born to help it heal and ascend, so too does your soul yearn to make a real difference in this world, to help it be free of fear that leads to competition and domination and power struggles, and instead to live from a place of love and peace. The gifts of the Yin Empress are experienced through your divine power, which is accessed through living your heart truths, your genuine values, and your fierce gentleness. Femininity is not weak, nor is it aggressive. It is fierce compassion that refuses to descend into judgment, and if it does, rises again to compassion over and over and over again. Men and women in touch with their feminine power are able to love, to have compassion, to be truthful, and to honor what really matters to them, whether it fits with contemporary cultural values or not. They realize that they are helping to create a new culture with wiser values. Living in this way not only feels better and more truthful, it also leads to a successful life with much creativity, positive contribution, personal empowerment, and satisfying relationships, not to mention inspiration for others to draw from, so that they too may grow. You are being asked to live into your feminine power now, to be true to who you are, and not give in to social conditioning that tells you feminine power is not enough, that you must compromise your values, your beliefs, or your compassion to get ahead, or come out on top. You do not have to live that way. You are being empowered to live from your heart and realize that this is not only enough, it is a blessing for all. The Yin Empress thanks you for your loving devotion and service to her, and shines blessings upon you now, beloved. So here's the healing for this. So it's kind of the angels are protecting you here. Be authentic. So healing with the Yin Empress, sit quietly with your eyes closed and imagine that you can journey within your heart on the breath, riding it like a wave. As you enter into the heart, you become aware of how endless the space is within the heart. It is dark, open, and peaceful, supportive, and empty. There is a sense that extends endlessly. This peaceful, empty space, filled with love and presence above you and below you, and before you and behind you, and to the left and to the right of you. Feel how it is eternal and peaceful, that it does not force or fight, and yet it is always there. Imagine any struggle or issue being released into the darkness, consumed by it, and ceases to exist. The bliss that you feel in recognition of this opens your heart, and you allow yourself to be held in this space and spiritually fed. Complete your healing with a prayer below if you choose. So here's the prayer. Divine Yin Empress, Mother of Compassion, Kuan Yin, Om Namaha, peace, grace, light, and feminine power infuse your being within my heart now. May I be a vessel of the grace and healing of the divine feminine. May I live my soul truth on this planet. May fear and anger be softened with love. May I find the true nature of my spiritual power. And may I align with you, beloved, into eternal grace of divine love. My devotion to the Empress and her wish for all beings to be spiritually free grows in my heart now. I receive your love and protection. Om Mani Padme Hum. So, dear fellow divine, I wish for you those blessings of peace. I encourage you to focus on the divine and on love and the I ams, and to let them heal you and bring you into peace. And I want to thank you for being a loyal subscriber. I want to thank all the new subscribers and viewers. I want to encourage you on your journey and know that you are a gift to me and to all those that are on your path. And I just want for you to heal and to allow the divine to heal your heart, your mind, your soul, and your body. Until next time, beloveds, if you want a personal reading, please visit my website, www.godconscious1111.org. Peace.